guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chris.
And I'm Lyra.
And today we're reacting to
the Tri-State Tornado, Deadliest Tornado in the U.S. history.
Now this video was recommended by James Perry. He told us to react to this and along with other videos, which those videos will come out soon.
And the comment will be up here, so please read if you want. But guys, don't forget to comment down below if you want us to react on the videos. And don't forget to put in your comments, hashtag Scary Month.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, let's get to this video.
On March 18th, 1925, a perfect combination of weather fueled a massive storm that swept over the Midwest and southern states of the U.S. The supercell that formed created a family of tornadoes that claimed the lives of 747 people within a 7-hour time span.
Wow.
One tornado in particular is responsible for most of the damage. The monstrous twister known as the Tri-State Tornado leveled entire towns and set records as one of the most devastating tornadoes in world history. After an area of low pressure traveled in from Canada and settled in the Midwest, it began to draw in warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. This warm front then met with a cold front heading in from the north. When the two fronts met, they formed a dry line heading south. At the same time, a strong jet stream moved in from the northwest and passed through the low pressure area, causing the atmosphere to begin spinning in a counterclockwise direction. The warm front then began heading east, causing a capping inversion, which is when a line of warm air prevents the air below it from rising and creating a storm. This sequence of events then gave birth to the supercell thunderstorm that formed the Tri-State Tornado. On March 18, 1925, a funnel cloud was sighted in southern Missouri a little before 1 p.m. By 1:01 p.m., a large tornado had formed and claimed its first victim, 49-year-old Samuel Flowers, as he was riding towards home on his horse northwest of Ellington City. The storm then traveled northeast, where it reached the city of Annapolis at 1:15 p.m. One of the weirdest things about this tornado was that it appeared as a low-flying dark cloud that many mistook as a strange fog. They had no idea that one of the deadliest tornadoes in recorded history was heading their way. The storm was not at full strength when it hit Annapolis, but it was powerful enough to damage or destroy about...
Wow, look at that. That is crazy.
And they said it's just a little bit for that moment.
Yeah.
And look at that. It's like just ruin everything.
Man, that sucks that you just mistake it from like a little cloud and stuff.
Yeah.
Oof.
90% of the structures in town and killed 2 people who died after being hit by flying debris. 25 children and their teacher were huddled inside a classroom when the tornado struck. The 2-story schoolhouse made of brick collapsed in on them, but thankfully, all the children survived with minor injuries.
Thank God.
The twister killed 2 more victims in the nearby mining town of Ladena and severely damaged the surrounding lead mines, which never fully recovered. As the storm continued its path northeast, it destroyed dozens of homes and injured many before killing several people in Bollinger County, Missouri. By the time the tornado reached Bela in Perry County, witnesses claimed the tornado displayed a double funnel as a satellite vortex traveled on a parallel line with the main twister for about 3 miles. 4 more people lost their lives as the storm barreled through the area, reducing homes to nothing more than a pile of splinters. A well-built house belonging to Perry County District Judge Klaus Stuve was completely demolished. Stuve survived with various injuries, but his wife and a house guest were killed. The tornado had traveled a distance of 85 to 100 miles, with at least 13 people dead by the time its destruction ended in Missouri. It also grew over 1 mile wide in some areas. With an average forward speed of 62 miles per hour, the Tri-State Tornado crossed the Mississippi River and into Illinois within seconds. It then made its way to the town of Gorham. A reporter for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch wrote about the event. All morning, before the tornado, it had rained. The day was dark and gloomy. The air was heavy. There was no wind. Then the drizzle increased. The heavens seemed to open, pouring down a flood. The day grew black. Then the air was filled with 10,000 things. Boards, poles, cans, garments, stoves, whole sides of the little frame houses. In some cases, the houses themselves were picked up and smashed to earth. And living beings, too. A baby was blown from its mother's arms. A cow, picked up by the wind, was hurled into the village restaurant. As the deadly vortex...
That tornado went ham.
Yeah, isn't it so scary? Like, we were trying to be safe, and then those woods just trying to like go around and...
Bro, if you're caught in the middle of that,
Oh.
you're gonna get hit with that.
Ugh, that's...
continued its path of devastation. 13-year-old Margaret Brown was cut in two after a large brass bell fell from the roof of the school as the building collapsed. Margaret's mother, Della, was also killed when their house was blown away by the twister. 4 members of the Moskin-Rosen and Needham families lost their lives after the tornado turned their homes into piles of rubble. Witnesses claim a child was lifted almost a quarter of a mile before crashing into the remains of a fallen building. Dozens of horses and cattle were killed, including a horse that flew 2.5 miles away. By the time the storm had finished, the town of Gorham was completely destroyed, with 32 to 37 lives lost.
Wow.
8 minutes later, the monstrous wind reached the outskirts of Murfreesboro. The city of Murfreesboro held a population of over 15,000 people at the time and was well known for its business in the industrial sector, as well as its leniency with prohibition laws. The tornado tore through homes and snapped thick hardwood trees like twigs before tossing them hundreds of feet in all directions. 6 members of the Miller family, including children ages 1, 3, 5, and 9 years old, were killed after their house was leveled by the storm. 17 children lost their lives when the Longfellow School partially collapsed, and 9 more died at the Logan School.
Wow.
35 railroad workers were killed when a shop building fell in on them. Others were struck by flying debris, and some were crushed after the nearby locomotives and train tracks were sent tumbling through the air. Another danger soon presented itself as fires caused by coal-burning stoves engulfed the falling buildings with people still trapped inside. 18 people were killed by a fire at the Blue Front Hotel after becoming trapped in the basement. Murfreesboro suffered the highest amount of deaths, with 234 lives lost. Around 40% of the structures in the city were damaged or completely destroyed. The tornado swept a farm away about 5 miles northeast of Murfreesboro, killing Electra Beasley and her son Richard. The twister then tore through DeSoto, killing one couple after their car was thrown 50 yards off the main highway. Those who could not find shelter fell victim to the storm's wrath, resulting in 36 deaths in the downtown area. Children were called in from recess at the DeSoto school after teachers noticed a storm approaching. As the kids entered the classroom, the girls were asked to take their seats, while the boys were told to close all the windows. At that same moment, the windows exploded due to the force of the wind, sending shards of glass and debris into the classroom. The top floor and many walls of the school collapsed, killing 29 children.
Oh my God.
Most of the deaths came from the group of boys that were assigned to shut the windows near the outside walls of the school. 3 young girls were in the school's outhouses when they were picked up and thrown a fifth of a mile. Another girl was carried a large distance and split in half when her body smashed into a steel light post.
Oh.
Out of the 69 people killed in DeSoto, 33 of them were children. The principal had to identify many of the students because most of the parents were injured or dead.
I can't even imagine.
I know.
After the storm has left, just seeing that, like, that is truly traumatizing for real.
It is. Like listening to this is just, oh my God, I don't know what to feel. It's just so heartbreaking.
Wow. That is crazy, bro. Like, one moment you're normal, having a normal day,
Yeah.
and the next moment is tragedy like that. That's unfortunate.
Dozens of people were killed as the twister moved from DeSoto to the small village of Plumfield. Barbara Hammond and Anna Johnson were killed after the mile-wide tornado demolished their school. A woman named Sarah Davis was on her way to comfort the children at the school when she too was killed by the storm. Sarah's husband, Jefferson, died just seconds later after the Davis farm was dismantled and thrown into yards away. Small villages of homes and stores belonging to the local miners and their families were destroyed in West Frankfort. The death toll was estimated to be around 150, with a majority of the dead consisting of women and children, due to the fact that most of the men in town were working down in the mines when the tornado hit. Several eyewitnesses reported that bodies from West Frankfort were later found over 1.5 miles from their original locations.
Wow.
The town of Parrish was almost completely destroyed, and dozens of citizens were left dead. Between Gorham and Parrish, at least 540 people lost their lives. Continuing northeast, the tornado killed around 65 people in the Hamilton and White County areas before passing into southern Indiana. The thunderstorm flattened house after house as it made its way to the village of Griffin.
Oh my God.
A bus from the Bethel Township School was in the process of taking children home when the driver noticed strange objects falling from the sky. As the tri-state tornado came crashing down on them, it sent the bus tumbling through a field. By the time the multi-ton vehicle had stopped rolling, 2 children lay crushed beneath it. Harry and Helen Vanway were also killed when they were struck by flying debris as they approached their home after exiting the school bus. Witnesses claim the tornado produced 3 funnels at this time that persisted for about 6 miles. 4 more lives were lost as the twister rampaged through the countryside northeast of Griffin. In the city of Princeton, people were busy shopping for Bargain Day when they noticed small pieces of debris falling from the sky like snowflakes. When the tornado struck around 4:18 p.m., it had reduced to almost 1/3 of its original size, but its power did not seem to diminish in the slightest as it tore down the southern part of town, leaving 45 dead. At approximately 4:30 p.m., the tornado finally dissipated 10 miles northeast of Princeton. After traveling a distance estimated between 219 and 235 miles, 695 people were killed and over 2,000 were left injured. It has long been debated whether the distance traveled by the tri-state tornado was from one continuous vortex or multiple twisters from a tornado family. Although research done in modern times was found to be inconclusive, many scientists believe a single tornado was responsible for 151 to 174 miles of continuous track spanning from eastern Missouri to southwest Indiana.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you to James Perry again for recommending us to watch this. This was truly informative. We did not know about this, and it was a good video to react to. Also, our condolences go out to the people that lost their life that day, and to all the people that survived that had to witness that. We're truly sorry about what happened.
And guys, don't forget to comment down below if you have any videos for us to react. And please don't forget to comment Scary Month because it's October. And then smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification button.
And we see you guys next time. Peace.